Hello there, y'all. Miss J Sweetapple here. I am just a modern day pinup, living in this crazy modern world. I've got you today here for a fun pinup girl adventure and lifestyle video where I've actually gone through some of my footage from my pinup girl adventures. I actually haven't shared with you some of my fun antique shopping experiences. I wanted to go ahead and show you guys a few of my little road stops where I ventured into some of these southern little antique stores and some of the fun vintage pieces that I've come home with. Here is a little look at some of my fun antique store road stops and the fun antique finds that I'll be showing you afterwards. Enjoy! So on my first little road trip, I actually went through the little town of Dahlonega. This gold mine, vintagey kind of town that's in the northern hills of Georgia. Have this wonderful, beautiful downtown vintage area. And there are a few antique stores that we happen to pop into. The first one we popped into happened to be a wonderful big antique mall. With lots and lots of records. And also a booth full of vintage clothing and jewelry. Did you see that red dress? I absolutely adore that red dress. If you look at it, oh, it was an extra small and I think it was for $150, and then I did go through a rack of vintage clothing, which I did happen to find some beautiful pieces. And these were the vintage clothing pieces I did come home with. Beautiful little, it is a one piece, but it has that kind of like early 60s, late 50s Mad Men feel, almost like a secretary pencil skirt dress. I also found this beautiful, beautiful swing dress, cocktail hour, maybe even going out to the club, swing club. This was definitely a good find there. Beautiful piano key motif swing dress. Did end up taking home that beautiful hat, which is a really fabulous 1940s tilt hat. So next to that pretty little hat was this beautiful, looks handmade to me, but it also has some beautiful little berries across the top there. What a fabulous find here. So pretty. Came home with that beautiful handbag, and it was only for $20. Beautiful shape, love that barrel. I love this copper metal with the lucite top, and again a good cleaning, and I think this will be just a beautiful, beautiful piece to add to my lucite collection. In that antique store, I did also come across a beautiful vintage compact, which I love the compacts, as you guys know, and I absolutely love this hand-painted, almost souvenir motif of like an island getaway. Love the red background and the green and the palm trees, and it definitely just has that kind of Art Deco 40s feel. Love it. hitting the road again after Dahlonega. We ended up staying at another state park, and off the beaten path there was the Crazy Mule. Check out all of that stuff outside. I was definitely overwhelmed walking into this place. But I definitely found some really fun things after wandering through. Now in the glass case there, I did come across this beautiful compact, and I love those compacts. It looks like this is something that I just felt really symbolized my personality as compacts go, but a beautiful piece out of that antique store. Also out of the glass case, I bought this beautiful little charm bracelet. Unused little address book in it, and it's not necessarily alphabetical, but for when you might be needing to remember somebody's phone number, I love the idea of it being something that's added to the charm bracelets. Also found this really pretty Art Deco style pen. I also really enjoy finding unique art, and these frames really stood out to me as well. Matching sister. Can't wait to add these to my collection of art here somewhere in my home, but a really fun stop at the Crazy Mule. So let's get ready to hit the road on our next stop. So on another fun trip, we ended up rolling into the town of Alberton. Which is a fun little southern town with a fun vintage downtown area as well. Happened to come across a couple of little antique stores. I just love going through these little towns. What I ended up finding out of some of these little places were these puff gray stockings here. In the original box here, I've got 3 pairs of beautiful stockings that are again in this puff gray color. Also lingering behind one of these antique store, counters were these Dahlonega hat display merchandise cards. This would be something you'd place on the counter at the hat shop, but these are just so beautiful. 1940s Lily Dahlonega. She is one of the top millinery hat designers out there. I just couldn't believe how lucky I got finding these. I'll be making sure to be adding these into some frames and giving them a proper place somewhere in my home where they will be cherished, looked at, and giving me constant inspiration for my vintage lifestyle. Now, last but not least, out of some of those stores, I also found some vintage clothing. I really love finding these vintage clothing pieces, and I'm so lucky it's in my size. Love the blouse. A little bit more than the skirt maybe, but I could not pass this up. Store selling it only had 15 bucks on this little piece, so came home with me. And then I also came across this beautiful two-piece matching set in this beautiful like blonde mink. I just love this style. Again, this was just a really fun cropped little coat, two-piece matching. I love those two-piece matching sets. Really fun little accented tabs here at the bottom that I think we can tie in a bow or add a little brooch there, but totally worth it. And that's it. Thank you all so much for joining me on my fun road trip, popping through some of these small southern towns, going through some of these antique stores, and the fun vintage finds that are lurking out there waiting to be found. I hope that you all have enjoyed my vintage video here, and if you want to see more, definitely hit my subscribe button below, where I'll be posting and sharing more of my adventures and my pinup girl lifestyle here for you to enjoy. I hope that you all have been staying super safe out there. Definitely be taking care of yourself. I hope that you all have been staying lovely as always, and most important, stay vintage. Toodles!